Hi, I'm Dan Marks, and welcome to another unique episode of Bird Matters, because birds matter. Coming up in this episode, we take a look at a lady that has taken feeding birds to an entirely new level, some ways to build your own bird feeder, and some larger-than-life stories and images from the web. But first...
Hi, I'm Maleshego Komani. On the last episode, we shared a story about the recent fires in the Western Cape and some of the consequences of these fires on the birds and their habitat. So today, we're looking at the topic of feeding birds in urban gardens using nectar feeders and seed trays. We caught up with Renee Delport in the Southern Cape Peninsula of South Africa, who has developed a special relationship with the birds she feeds.
I'm Renee Delport. I live in Glenken Heights, and I live here with all God's blessed birds. Beautiful sugarbirds, Cape sugarbirds, and I give them syrup or nectar. I make and I give them every day, and they sit in my hand and I talk to them. And I had a puppy that used to look in my eyes and I knew what he wanted. And these birds are like that. I look at them and they talk and they bend their heads when they look at me and I talk to them. They're real like children. We came here 17 years ago from Gauteng, and there I also had birds, but different kinds. And we moved in here, and I don't know, they just started coming. I say God sent them to me, and they just started coming. And then I had a recipe from Pretoria that a friend gave me, this little holder for the syrup, and with a little booklet with a recipe. So I made the recipe and I put it down and I waited and I waited, and then suddenly they started coming, and then I put it on the windowsill so I could watch them through the window, and they started getting used to me. And then one day I came out, they came storming, they wanted, because it was empty this side, and sat on my hand. Oh, that was the biggest thrill. And as I say, they're my little children. You see the feathers on the head.
What's the secret, do you think? Can you share that with us? Is there anything special?
The recipe is honey and syrup, golden syrup, and brown sugar and bovril. It's only a quarter teaspoon in 1 3/4 liter boiling water, and the rest. And then tonic I buy at the pet shops.
Do you have any advice for people watching this?
You know, the smaller sunbirds, you can just give out sugar water. 5 tablespoons sugar and 1 tablespoon sugar and 5 tablespoons water, or cup. And they drink that, they love it. But these birds, they like the nectar. If I put that out, they really come.
So, maybe after watching that you want to feed birds in your own garden. But do it mindfully. Feeding birds isn't just about us and our own entertainment. It also affects their health and their behavior. Every time that we feed animals, we make them dependent on us, and that changes their natural patterns. Sometimes this might help compensate for the way we've destroyed their natural habitat, as in cities and towns. It can also help them survive after events such as a fire. But bird feeding can create a fast food culture for birds, just as with people. So if you're interested in feeding birds, you could pop down to your local pet store and purchase a commercial feeder. But if you're interested in a little bit of creativity, why not try your hand at making your own? There's loads of different designs on YouTube, and here's a few. For those of you that are perfectionists and have a fully kitted out woodworking studio, here's the extreme DIY version. For those of you on a tight budget and schedule, here's how to make a Sugarbird feeder out of not much more than a plastic cup. Here's another easy option for a seed feeder using a tin can. And another with just a soda bottle. When you're all set, just remember, never use artificial sweetener to make sugar water. There's absolutely no nutritional value. In particular, xylitol is highly poisonous to birds and dogs and can kill them instantly.
Every second year, BirdLife South Africa with the Fitzpatrick Institute of African Ornithology holds the Lab Conference, Learn About Birds.
During this week, these few days in Skukuza, we will have just over 400 people attending.
Lab is a wonderful space and opportunity for birders, conservationists and scientists to meet and share their studies and stories about the world of birds. We caught up with some of the presenters and we'll be posting these videos over the coming weeks. And now for something completely different. So check this penguin out, Dane. He's just taking a stroll and then all of a sudden the rock is a seal. Have you ever taken a shortcut and encountered a human maybe?
Human, yes. Seal, not so sure. So maybe you've never stepped on a seal before, but surely you've been chased by an ostrich?
Why? Where? How? No.
Well, I'm not sure who's chasing who, but these guys certainly know.
So that's all from us this week. Please do join us on our next episode.
And make sure you check out the full videos of the clips we've used in the episode on their original content pages. From us, have an awesome day.
Bye.